Hey guys, it's Bridget with San Diego Seed Company, and I'm gonna show you this amazing trellis of peas. Now, if you've watched our other videos, you'll know we're not at my house. We're actually at my videographer's house in his garden looking at his amazing sweet peas. These are Mammoth Melting. I'm gonna go over everything you need to know to grow sweet peas, the edible pods, in your area. But before I do that, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you can be notified anytime we do a video. So let's jump into it. So we're in his amazing cattle panel arches, and his sweet peas, these are the Mammoth Melting edible pod sweet peas. They look amazing. I mean, they're super happy. They're almost as tall as I am. So, you know, just about, some of them are 6 feet, and they're just gonna keep growing all the way over. I'm gonna talk about how you can get sweet peas like this. So first of all, these sweet peas were planted in the fall, and I'm sure that he had to baby them because our falls can be really hot. When you plant your sweet peas and the peas are little and the weather is really warm, they're very susceptible to aphids. So you gotta watch them, monitor them, baby them. Once they start growing and they get a lot bigger and the weather gets cooler, the days get shorter, the sun gets lower in the horizon, they will just take off. You can see this thing is covered in blooms, and there are tons of sweet peas that need to get harvested. I've been eating them all morning. They're so delicious. So the other thing that I want to mention, not only did he do a fabulous job growing these by planting them in the fall, letting them overwinter, but he's also succession planted them. So peas are a crop that if you plant a lot of all at once, well, then you're gonna have a lot of work having to harvest them constantly, because the more you harvest the sweet peas, the pods, the more pods you will get. If you leave the pods on the plant to form peas within the edible pods here, it actually slows down production. And let's think about why that is. It's because this plant is pumping out as many sweet pea pods as it can, and then it starts dumping in energy into developing the little actual peas inside, which will become the seeds eventually. Sorry, I'm just gonna chew this real quick. And if you were to allow the plant to dump a bunch of energy into developing these seeds, it's going to slow down overall production. If the plant is dumping all of its energy into the seed pods, it signals to the plant that its life is almost over, that it has passed on its progeny. It has signaled that it has passed on its progeny and that it is progeny. I'm not going to use that word. That was way too hard. Okay. It has signaled to the plant that it has produced its seeds, it's passing on its seeds for the next generation, and it's almost done with its lifespan. So to prevent that from happening, you want to harvest as much as possible. And these are snow peas, so you want to harvest them when they are small and young and tender. They can get a little bit bigger and they're still totally edible, but they are the tastiest when they are still pretty thin and the peas inside have not developed much. Oh, here's a good example. So you can see very thin, super sweet. Here they've gotten a little bit bigger still. Oh, still totally edible and super sweet, but the seeds and sides are getting a little bit bigger. So it depends on how you want to use them in the kitchen, how you like to eat them. Maybe the kids like them a little bit like this. However, but the point is, harvest, harvest, harvest as much as you can to tell the plant, keep producing, keep producing. Now, the other thing that's important to point out is that if you plant all of your peas at once, you're gonna have a lot of them all at once, and it's gonna be really hard to harvest them all. The plant's gonna pump out, and then it's gonna, once it's done, it'll die back, it'll be completely done, especially when the days get longer, and then you won't have any more of these delicious pods to eat. So what you want to do is succession plant them. So you'll see here, he's got mature plants, and then down here, he's got baby plants that he's planted a few weeks back, and these guys are going to continue to grow. So as these putter out, he's going to have a whole fresh new batch of peas to enjoy. Now for me, in my kitchen, I use these in salads, in soups, in stir fries, and I love them and I want them constantly. I want a steady supply of them. So to get that, I succession plant just as he did here. You'll see mature, immature. He's even got little tiny babies and ones that were just planted. These were all planted several weeks apart so that he can guarantee a long harvest window. Now, It's important to know the difference between these sweet peas and the flower sweet peas. Totally different crop. Although they're in the same family, these are sweet peas that you eat the pods of, you can eat the flowers, you can eat the tendrils, and they are an edible crop. Sweet peas, the flowers, are not edible, and they are used just for ornamental purposes and have an amazing fragrance that they're prized for. So those are grown a little bit differently, and we're gonna do a video on those next so you can see how they grow.